Okay, so I'm going to be doing Bluey today, and first thing we want to do is plan out our page. So we'll just kind of mark where we want the top of him to be, and estimate just for scale around where the bottom of him will be. And his legs are about a third of his height, or a little more than a third, so we're just going to mark a spot for his legs down here. For his width, probably around there and there, so we'll go right to the top. Do the same, make a little curved edge, and then we'll just connect them all. His body is basically just a rectangle. Didn't do a very straight line there, but that's okay. We can always correct it when we ink it. So there we go. Nice rectangle, kind of curved edges. Then we'll just draw 2 triangles at the top for his ears. Bit of a gap in between them. Another one, so his ears have little triangles within them, kind of for his inner ears. And then we're going to do his eyebrows. His eyebrows are these big kind of C-shaped things that go over his forehead and his ear, and what we can do is just kind of erase the inside of them. We'll fix that all in the coloring. All right, for perspective, he's got like this spot on his body that goes about a third of the way up, and we're going to use that for spacing. And then what we're going to do is draw his nose, just a line to the side, and slightly curved down line, and then it goes up, curves around to form his mouth, and right back down where it began. It's got a little wavy line to indicate his teeth. Now his nose, inside his snout here, is basically just a triangle, and it's got a little circle in there that'll be the light reflecting off of it. Now we'll do his eyes. So one eye on this side is a full circle. So we'll just kind of make a full circle like that. The other side is behind the snout. So we'll go up about the same distance, but we'll keep it behind the snout. So it'll kind of stop and end his snout. And you see here, went a little too far down. So we're gonna click and make that so the 2 eyes are equal. Look a little better that way. We can of course fix it all when we're coloring it in. His pupils are just 2 circles, so 1 circle here, and we'll make 1 circle here, kind of meet the eye. And now he's got these 2 spots that go around his body from the edge of his eyes. Do the same on the other side. He's got this large spot, or 2 spots. We'll color those in later. He's got a little spot off the side of his body. Another little spot coming off here, and another little spot there. Okay, let's do his legs. So his legs jut out to about that bottom line that we had created earlier. Same thing on the other side. When we get near the end, we'll make his feet, which kind of pop out a little bit in each one of his toes. There we go. Do the same on the other side. Put his leg down. Draw another line out for his foot. Connect them and make the toes. Okay, now let's make his arms. His arms usually is just like cheering yay. So 2 lines out that way. 2 lines out this way. Then we'll make his hands. So thumb first, just kind of a ball like that. 1 of his fingers, another 1 of his fingers, and the last finger, and then connect it to the hand. And then we'll do the same for this side. It's got his thumb connects to his wrists. Little finger jutting out. Another little finger. And then finally. Okay, looks like we've got a pretty good sketch of Bluey. So now let's do some inking. And so the ink lines on Bluey are pretty thin. So I'm going to use, this is a pretty thick marker, and I don't have a thin one handy. So we're just going to try to do this very delicately so our line doesn't come out too thick. Do the same on the bottom here. Or on the top. And we'll come around the middle here. We'll just stop at the eyebrows. Make sure they go in front. Make the eyebrows. And a little two triangles here. Okay, now we'll make the arms. And Bluey's nose. Do a snout. Trying to do this as delicately as possible. Do his eyes. Then we'll do his pupils. Make them about even. There we go. And then we'll make his little teeth divided like that. And then I think we are pretty good to go. His legs will go almost all the way down. Kind of divide out at the bottom, but not with a black line divide. Okay. I think that's it for our black outlines. The rest is basically just coloring in Bluey. So why don't we start with nice purple. Oh, you know what we didn't draw is his tail. Shame on us. Bluey's got this tail, juts out, kind of like that. Goes out, and out like that. And second half of his tail has a black outline. All right. Okay, let's start with some purple. And do the outside of Bluey's ears. Color those in. I'll leave these two big spots. Do the same on this side. Okay, I'll just kind of curve that in a bit. There we go. All right. Now most of Bluey is light bluey. So I'll get a light blue marker. Into the inside of him. Alright, most of his body here, except for these spots. Keep around. Go around here. Now we just have to be careful around the nose because it's just more like a line like that. This does have a light outline around his nose of a different color of blue. So there we go. I think the rest we can color in okay. Do love these markers, these alcohol-based markers. They just kind of bleed their way into the paper, which is kind of nice. Blend in so nicely. Okay. Got to do bottom half of his arms. Just make a line across there and there. Same with this side. And we'll do the bottom half of his legs as well. Or the top half, I should say. Same on this side. Okay. And we'll do the top part of his tail. Okay. Now the bottom part of his tail is that same purple that we used earlier. So I'll just color that in. That bleed in nicely. And then we'll do the same for these spots. Kind of color them in lightly. Now we need kind of a very light blue, lighter than his body. Let's see if we can find a really light one. Yes, here we go. Color in his big spot on his belly. To his feet. Do his hands. And we'll do around his mouth too. Has this line of blue. Okay. Almost done. We just have to do his nose And his inner ears, which are kind of a yellow color. Snout, I should say, not nose. And then let's do his eyebrows. Actually, and we'll do that as the trim color for his hands. Okay. And just do a little bit of a shadow, if we can, under his legs. Make them just a tad darker right there. Doing an extra color of layer, or extra layer of color, a color of layer. Now we've got it. Bluey is complete.